Okay, so the Layla Hybrid is one of the more, let's say, unique beds on the market because it's not one bed, it's actually two beds in one. That's right, this one is flippable. So on the one side, you get a softer surface, while on the other side, you get something a little more firm. When we hauled this into our Sleep Foundation test lab, the question we had was, who exactly is a bed like this for? In other words, what if a bed tried to do too much? And we think we have an answer. So let's check out what our testing found about this bed. And one more thing, I actually use this bed at home. So stay tuned for my personal thoughts on this one at the end. So how does a flippable bed work? Well, in short, there is a soft side and a firm side. Now, the soft rate's about a 4 on our 10-point firmness scale. That firm side rates about a 7. So think about this bed's construction a little bit like a palindrome, which is to say it's basically the same regardless of which side you choose. Let's say you prefer the soft side. The bed starts with 2.5 inches of memory foam on top, and then beneath that is 2 inches of polyfoam, and then the core of the bed is 6 inches of pocketed coils. Now beneath those coils is another 2 layers, 1.5 inches of polyfoam, and then 1 inch of memory foam. Now if you flip to the firm side, all of a sudden you're now sleeping on those thinner foam layers. Then the coils in the interior and those thick foam layers that we just talked about, well, those become the base of the bed. So it's pretty cool, it's pretty versatile, right? When it comes to evaluating the Layla Hybrid support and pressure relief, as you can imagine, this is gonna be incredibly versatile. Generally speaking, we like the firm side if you're a heavyweight sleeper or a stomach sleeper. As you can see from this chart, when our tester laid on their side, there was some moderate pressure buildup in the center of their shoulders and their hips, but very little anywhere else. And the same is true when they lay on their back and their stomach. Now for reference, I weigh about 215 pounds and I sleep on my side. I much prefer the firm side. There's enough foam to cushion my shoulders and my hips, and I'm very well supported on this side. In fact, I'd probably go so far as to say the bed is plush without feeling like it's too plush. Now, we love the soft side for back and side sleepers who fall in that light to midweight category. As you can see from these results, there was again some moderate pressure buildup in the center of their shoulders and hips when laying on their side. And we noted a little more pressure in their lumbar when sleeping on their back as well. Now, one of the other things we tested on this bed was its temperature control. We would expect that with multiple layers of foam that it'd be more inclined to trap heat. But in our testing, we found the Layla heats up less than the average hybrid bed. Even though there are multiple foam layers, this just doesn't trap the same kind of heat that an all foam bed might. Also though, as you can see from this chart, it cools off slightly faster than the average hybrid mattress too. And speaking from experience, I think that holds true. The bed I had before was a memory foam mattress, and I frequently pulled my blankets off in the middle of the night because I was just too hot. That has not been the case here. I generally sleep very cool. So that brings us to my experience of this bed, which again, I've been using for a little over 2 years now. We started this review by asking whether a bed could do too much, and well, this one gets pretty close. For starters, I really did enjoy the convenience of being able to choose my firmness level, but you know, once my wife and I kind of dialed in which we liked, that was it. There was really no need to flip it anymore. And we ultimately chose the firm side. Now what that means is that given the way this bed is constructed, the base of our bed, that spot that is supposed to be the most stable, well, that's 4 inches of pretty soft memory foam. Now for most hybrid beds, coils are gonna be at the base, which kind of gives them this really sturdy feel. Sturdy is not a word I would use to describe this particular bed. Weighty, yes, but not sturdy. Over time, we've noticed the corners of the bed kind of compressing a little bit, especially on the bottom where our fitted sheets hug the bed. And the edges are beginning to soften too, so it's harder to sleep or sit near the edge of the bed. So in one sense, the flippability here comes with, let's call them temporary benefits. I'm just not sure it pays off in the long run. Now, with that being said, I've been traveling a lot recently, staying in a bunch of different hotels, and after being away from this bed, I really, really miss it. Even though I sleep on the firm side, that layer is plush and it's soft, and you sink into that layer without getting trapped. It's a really nice balance of a soft, plush surface, but also one that really kind of keeps you well supported and cool throughout the night. Now, with all this being said, let's talk about a couple of reasons why you would want to buy a flippable bed. First, we know that buying a bed online can be tough. Like, how do you even know which firmness level to buy? What's right for you? Now, if this is your first purchase of a bed online, having these firmness choices that you can kind of toggle between can really alleviate a lot of anxiety. I know that was the case for me. Second, it's often the case that our firmness preferences may change over time. You might want a firm bed now, but you might need something a little softer in a few years, or vice versa. And a flippable bed is really going to be versatile enough to account for any changes that you might experience. And finally, We love a bed like this if you have a guest room. Being able to flip that bed to suit your guest's preferences is nice. You know, it demonstrates a thoughtful little touch. Now, despite all this, just keep in mind that you are going to need a friend or a partner to help you flip this bed. It is heavy. We weighed the queen size bed at about 104 pounds, and the king size comes in at 128 pounds. So is buying a flippable bed worth it? Well, it very well could be. I think if you want a bed that's versatile, it's soft, it's great at pressure relief, and is gonna keep you cool at night, then the Layla Hybrid is a great choice. If you like the vibe of this Layla and you want some of our other picks for our favorite hybrid mattresses, check out our video about that right here. Well, that's it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching. Sleep well.